How's it going, everybody? In today's video, we're going to be talking about something I discovered today in the Dynamax adventures in the Crown Tundra in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So if you've never done a Dynamax adventure before, there's a new way of obtaining legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield. And the way that it works is you start out and you are given 3 options of rental Pokemon. So you choose one of these rental Pokemon, and then if you have party members, they choose it as well from either the options that were there or new ones that come in. Then when you go into the Dynamax adventure, you're going to be presented with a couple of different options of Pokemon to go against, and these are all like maxed Pokemon, like Dynamax Pokemon. So what ends up happening here is that every time you go into a raid, you are presented with new rental Pokemon and with a new path leading up to the legendary, even if you're going for the same legendary. What we discovered today, though, is that if you are either disconnected or if you close your game and go back into it, what will happen is you will be given the same exact rental Pokemon option as you were in your last raid. Beyond that, if you're, regardless of whether you go back into the same legendary Pokemon or if you face another one, you will also have the same path leading up to that Pokemon. So basically what happens is you are able to choose which rental Pokemon you want. Whatever replaces it will always be the same. And then when you go into the path, you'll know exactly which Pokemon will be there for you. So what this allows you to do is to path out the best counters to the legendary that you're fighting. For harder legendaries like Zygarde, this is really useful. If you are able to find rental Pokemon or one of the max raid Pokemon that has Wide Guard, you're in a really good position in order to beat Zygarde, especially if you have some ice attackers. So this is what we were doing today. We were trying to figure out if we can map this out. But what was really important was that the Pokemon needed to re-roll their shiny odds, even though the rental Pokemon and the path Pokemon stayed exactly the same. So I'm going to insert some clips here of showing exactly what happened today, breaking down that you are getting the same Pokemon. You're going to see there is one difference between the 2 clips. That was because we actually went a different path to make the path easier. And then I'll come right back. Oh boy. I doubt Magikarp weighs that little. Alright, let's see. So not shiny, not shiny, not shiny. Also not shiny. Let's see, though. Huh. Now that's interesting. Yeah, and the Q is the same. Also, just like well, that proves it. Oh boy, that proves it. So as you can see in the second clip, my Xerneas was actually shiny. And as I say in the clip, that proves that you are able to cancel out of the catch screen and redo the raid. You'll be presented with all the same rental Pokemon. You'll be presented with exactly the same path. And then you can still be rewarded with a shiny version of any of the Pokemon you go through. So there's a couple of ways that this is really useful. Like I said, you could path out like the perfect counter team to a difficult legendary Pokemon like Zygarde. We didn't fail a single Zygarde raid after we discovered this method today. We just kept winning over and over because we had a Wide Guard Pokemon and a couple of Ice Pokemon guaranteed. On top of that, you can also specifically shiny hunt for exactly what you want to by giving yourself a specific path to follow to get Pokemon that you would like shiny. Once you accept a shiny Pokemon, you cannot go into that same raid anymore, and you will have to then find a different path that you need that you want to follow. Basically, what this provides is stability in your runs. You'll know exactly what to do in order to get to the end of the run. The only thing that I will say here is if you have a Pokemon that's dual type, like Zygarde, Ground and Dragon, the path flips. It's still exactly the same. Well, actually, it does switch around a little bit based on the two types. The Pokemon will stay the same, but based on the two different types, it'll be slightly different. So, for instance, when we were going into the Zygarde path that we found today, when it says ground, Kingler would be on the left, which was our Wide Guard Pokemon, and when it said Dragon, Kingler would be on the right. However, all the Pokemon were still the same. They were just in a slightly different order. So you would have to make two paths in that instance. But what this is going to do is allow you to run really efficient adventures, get to the boss as quickly as possible, and then check to see if they're shiny. The only drawback is that after your third time resetting, it is going to cost you 3 Dynamax ores in order to go back into the raid. It's like a penalty for disconnecting. This actually increases by 1 for each time that you have disconnected. So on the 4th, it'll cost you 4, 5 will cost you 5, and so on. So what you would want to do to be prepared is have as many Dynite ores as possible going into the raids, and maybe even take a break from a raid at a certain point if you're doing a bunch of Zygarde runs. Go get a bunch more Dynite ores doing normal runs, and then find another path that works for you with Zygarde. That way, because I believe there is a penalty if you cannot pay the ores to go back into the raid. Maybe like a timeout penalty or something along the lines of that. But yeah, that's basically the method today, that we found today. Everybody in my stream was calling it the lab method. I know that they wanted me to make sure I put that out there. But thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that it helps you guys in finding the shiny legendaries or shiny Pokemon that you want in Dynamax Adventures, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.